Good morning. At this time, would you please stand and join me for the presentation of our colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Welcome, graduates, family, friends, faculty, and esteemed guests to the 56th Annual Commencement Ceremony for Truman High School Class of 2021. Congratulations, Patriots. We made it, and we are more than conquerors, having persevered in life and school through a pandemic to this moment. Graduation is a significant achievement in our lives, one that isn't possible without the help of many other people along the way. First and foremost, we extend a thank you and congratulations to our parents, grandparents, and guardians. Those special people have supported us through all the ups and downs to this very moment. Please stand and accept our gratitude and applause.
There are a few other recognitions we would like to make. We are also proud of a different kind of graduate here today, the retiring faculty of the class of 2021, Miss Julie Tyler. Thank you for your commitment to the students and families at Truman High School and for the lasting legacy of learning you have left behind. We would also like to thank our teachers, coaches, and all our school staff, secretaries, counselors, administrators, nurses, paraprofessionals, custodians, bus drivers, and cafeteria staff for supporting us in each step of the way to this day. We wouldn't be here without the contribution each of you has made to our lives.
Fellow Patriots, some of you have made the most selfless of decisions in committing to serve our country upon graduation. In fact, some graduates have already begun their duties and are unable to be with us today. If you are a graduating senior who has made this commitment to serving in our country's military, will you please stand as I read your name and accept our gratitude? Please hold your applause until all names have been read. Eduardo Alfaro, U.S. Army. Austin Carrick, Army National Guard. Jesse Costaneda, U.S. Marines. Stephen Crawford, U.S. Army. Tyler Jeffries, U.S. Navy. Ashton Lovelace, U.S. Army. Marcos Ramirez, U.S. Marines. Isaiah Schotz, U.S. Navy. Brandon Hossman, U.S. Marines. As we are reflecting on our journeys to this day, please join me in a moment of silence for those students who are no longer with us. We have a remembrance chair here in the front, which remains empty with a gown draped over it, in honor of those classmates who lost their lives. Thank you.
Nearly 20 years ago, the Truman staff established an ongoing recognition for graduating seniors in 12 academic disciplines called the Patriot Scholar Award. This award reflects the passion and dedication displayed by a particular student within that academic discipline. As graduates' names are read, their award award will be announced as they cross the stage. Each scholar will receive their own award plaque, and their picture and name will be posted on award plaques displayed at the school commemorating their contributions. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Hadley Brillhart, our student commencement speaker.
Good morning, parents, family, friends, Truman staff, and fellow graduates. I am so honored to be speaking to you today. My name is Hadley Brillhart, and I have had the privilege of attending Truman High School for the last 4 years. School has always been just school to me, until 9 months ago, when we weren't sure if we were going to attend in-person school, let alone graduation. But here we are. We really did it. I'll be the first to admit that school was difficult. I mean, we were all stressed enough as it was, and a global pandemic didn't seem to help our case. But in the midst of chaos this year, I started to bake a lot. Every time I was stressed, I would start with whipping up cake, brownies, cookies, literally anything. I'm sure there are worse coping mechanisms out there. But in the midst of anxiety in the kitchen, I found myself comparing high school a lot to baking a cake. First, I realized that you cannot make a good cake with merely one ingredient. It takes all kinds. And these ingredients are not good on their own. Sugar is just sugar, and flour is just flour. But when combined with all other ingredients, something special happens. We are all so different. I'm convinced that I see a new face in the Hall of Truman every single day. And while we all may not engage directly, the truth is that this school wouldn't be the same without you. If you forget one ingredient in a recipe, the whole cake turns out different. It's the same for our culture here at Truman. Next, I realized that cakes don't have to look pretty to taste good. It's about the contents of the cake, not the appearances. This year has been an ugly cake. It's okay, we can say it. There has been confusion, difficulty, and hurt, as we find ourselves not spending the last year of high school how we always imagined it as kids. But while the outside of this cake looks painfully messy, there is so much goodness inside. All we have to do is take a bite to see how we have learned to appreciate the little things, take better care of ourselves, and learn the importance of community. But lastly, there is not one recipe that leads to success. You can watch a YouTube video, look up a step-by-step recipe, or even improv, and still manage to create something tasty. The same goes for our individual journeys. After high school, we are all going in completely different directions. None of us are following the same steps, yet we will all find our own successes. I have confidence that each of us will accomplish our own form of greatness. We already have. So, here we are. You have all done the hard work of making this cake. So now it's time to enjoy it. Take a step back and be proud of yourself. Give yourself a break and realize that you have, in fact, created something wonderful. I wish you all the best and love you endlessly. Thank you.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce the Independence Board of Education. If you would please hold your applause until each has been introduced. President, Mrs. Denise Fears. Vice President, Mr. Eric Knipp. Treasurer, Dr. Matt Mallinson. Director, Mrs. Carrie Dixon. Director, Mrs. Jill Essery. Director, Mr. Greg Finke. And Director, Mr. Blake Roberson. This afternoon, it is my honor to award the Board of Education Scholarship Medal to 4 young people who have excelled academically. The Board of Education Scholarship Medal is awarded to the top 1% of the graduating class who has completed all 4 years of high school within the independent school district. As I announce these young people, would their families in the audience also please stand and be recognized? Catherine Grace Amico, daughter of Iso and Melissa Imiku. Garrett Nathaniel Burton, son of Sang and Christy Burton. Aaron James Holloway, son of James and Camille Holloway. Joshua William Nunn, son of Jeff and Sarah Nunn.
At this time, will all the candidates for graduation please stand? Mrs. Fears and members of the Independence Board of Education, it is with a great deal of pride that I present to you the 57th graduating class of Truman High School, the class of 2021. These candidates have met the requirements for graduation set forth by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education and the Independence Board of Education. It is my privilege to present them to you for graduation and the presentation of diplomas.
By the authority vested in me through the State of Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, and as President of the Board of Education for the School District of Independence, I hereby declare you graduates of Truman High School Class of 2021.
At this time, will all the graduates except the first 2 rows please be seated? Ladies and gentlemen, the graduation ceremony is a solemn event that marks this rite of passage. It is important that parents, relatives, and friends have the opportunity to recognize their graduate's success by hearing the names as their graduate is announced. For that reason, it is necessary that parents and students should hold their applause until all students have had the opportunity to be recognized. Please be respectful and courteous of all graduates. Those who are not respectful of all graduates may be asked to leave. Can the first rows begin to? A professional photographer has been hired to take pictures of your graduate. Name readers, will you take your spots? Great.
Charles W. Mortensen.
Kristen May Parks.
Michael Tylen Dion Gentry.
Charisma Lee Miller.
Jeremiah W. Bryson.
Ashlyn Jade Yant.
Robert Edward Botts, Jr.
Orion Victoria Bias.
Stephen V. Macaria.
Jasmine Ann Maria Escobar.
Samantha Rose Funk.
Deja Ray Wyatt Moore.
Raymond John Trankler V.
Lamaria Shaw.
James Gabriel Coley.
Jordan Corinne Jones.
Martiana Lene Robinson.
Tori Nicole Farmer.
Tyrell Ramon Colbert.
Aaliyah Ola.
Jonathan Alexander Moreno Gonzalez.
Mia Renee Neal.
Christiane Denise Perdue.
Layla Marie Stoneburner.
Christopher D. Henry Rhodes.
Kaylee Danielle Sterling.
Devron Charles Rivera.
Joshua Edward Dixon.
Quincy A. Scott.
Taylor Renee Hastings.
Najee Emmanuel Williams.
Kylie Nicole Garst.
Tyler Javier Norton.
Janice Lachey Soil.
Tatum Corinne Williams.
Sirius Blessing Keviana Hicks.
Imani Janae Norton.
Alana Simone Rao.
Prosper Ugoma Obasi.
Aliana Leanne Marion Riley.
D'Angelo Demias Holman.
Jenna K. Luis Maneo.
Louis R. Nelson, Jr.
Sophia Luis Bledsoe.
Randy Estuardo Ayala Lopez.
Anthony Joseph Nero.
Jaden Demetrius James.
Jaden Tyler Greenwood.
Quincy Lee Potts.
Amanda Marie Faulkner.
Eduardo Andres Alfaro.
Justin Gregory Timish.
Taylor Page Heath.
Josie Marriott.
Tolban Samaj Howard.
William Seth Moon.
Jalen Ali Pickens.
Preston Michael Bukovac.
Randy Delmont Carver.
Avery Grace Palmer.
Dejan Montrell Benjamin.
Grace Eileen Neal.
Lainey Victoria Duchesne.
Michael Franco.
Kaylee Starr Lawrence.
Christopher Ryan Gray.
Kenzie Aaron Barnett.
Xavier Patton.
Ellie Claire Beats.
Henry Clay Blakely.
Joseph Lewis Rockaway.
Shania Mikkel Strother.
Abigail Renee Cavender.
Felicia Christine Moore.
Erin Michelle Olson.
Larisha Monet Dixon.
Jordan Grace Paxton.
Jacob Alexander Trotter.
Madison Page Carpenter.
Dante Strickland Morgan.
Aaliyah Michelle Lopez.
Aaron Joseph Gietzen.
Chloe Marie Maxey.
Desiree Mariah Redman.
Javier Alejandro Cervera Ochoa.
Kimani Ashanti Rushing.
Jason Paul Reynolds.
Leocadia Beatrice Rodriguez.
Joshua Isaiah Buckby.
Kanzi Nakai Roberts.
Peter John Christidis.
Zamira Grace McConnell.
Hannah Elizabeth Lehman.
Cynthia Anahi Barahona.
Blake David Scott.
Alyssa Jean Botts.
Sarah Nicole Doty.
Aaliyah Simone Pate.
Sierra Danielle Holmes.
Stella Beth Bryan.
Allison Louise Jackson.
Daylin Lachey Jackson.
Annie Lynn Jackson.
Stephen Allen Crawford III.
Marissa Ray Jackson.
Kai Thoreau Basham Suttles.
Nevea Danielle Angelique Robinson.
Shuri O. Holland.
Grace Marie Williams.
Jesse Michael Alexander Bertoldi.
Porter Andrew Williams.
Jordan Noah Alvarez.
Landon James Tegens.
Cole Anthony Dawkins.
Mackenzie McPherson.
Chase Russell Brown.
Amaya Josephine Elam Helms.
Ryan Edward Trick.
Michaela Lachey Thompson.
William Enrique Barrientos.
Gabriel Oren Spano.
Elliot Mack Lobsher.
Courtney Millard.
Jalen C. Minks.
Fernazia Zane Marie Boston.
Aubrey Rose Quirls.
Brianna Marie Etherton.
Andrea A. Fadler.
Sarah Sue Walker.
Autumn Hughes.
Michaela Deanne Burns.
Aaron Lane Chafa.
Sophia Maria Moore Hernandez.
Gage Kenneth Gordon.
Patrick Edward Cox.
Aaron Biggie.
Stuart Rivera.
Michael Riley.
Christopher Jordan Brinkley.
James David Rosevier.
Brendan Dean Kraft.
Max Jeffrey Joyner.
Marcus Micaiah Palmer.
Noah David Lauber.
Malia Porter.
Tyler Karras.
Caitlin Roberts.
Jonathan Cortez.
Haley Marie Orton.
Aiden Nicholas Warren.
Lourdes Daniela Jimenez Morales.
James Seward.
Kiara Daniela Casa.
Madison Cheyenne Boldra.
Emily Mancia Sola.
Jasmine Rosalie Ford.
Shayla Rachel Ramírez Coronado.
Samantha Hahn.
Génesis Abigail Mejía.
Elizabeth Charlotte Barnes.
Alejandra Salinas Arevalo.
Camilla Elaine Stansbury.
Celie Joana García Ramírez.
Colin Ephraim Burnell.
Cynthia Yolani Maradiaga García.
Reagan E. Henning.
Kenneth Cerón Arias.
Mackenzie N. Hunt.
Zafiro Mayen Ramos Hernández.
Isaiah Tyrese Schultz.
John Miranda Fuentes.
Lydia Grace McLean.
Caleb Ray Yuli.
Madison Michelle Hunt.
Witsi Campuzano Laveturia.
Savannah Nicole Griffith.
Alexis K. Cochran.
Austin Douglas Carrick.
Angel N. Cordray.
Olivia Lene Jeffries.
Adriana Dylan Woods.
Hunter J. Springs.
Cyan Vivian Renee Jackson.
Nicole Christine Davis.
Jaden Alexandria Perry.
Ruben Reyes.
Reagan K. Toole Jedman.
Cade Jackson Butler.
Kennedy Danielle Rocker.
Dane Michael Blankenship.
Jada Quesada.
Randy Thomas Mazikis.
Leila Monet Tatum.
Andrew Bryce Cole Dutzel.
Imani Anis Rippey.
Jason K. Boatwright.
Tiana Marie Alexander.
Miguel Isaac Ramos.
Anaya Michaela Bradford.
Rosen Punti Vasquez.
Micah Kayana Miller.
Bryce Matthew Greenwald.
Kiesha Golden Samotin.
Caleb Austin Lockwood.
Zane Richard Bowles.
Sam Scott.
Mason Lee Coleman.
Maxwell David Black.
Wyatt Fairley Lane Isgar.
Ryan Matthew Swartz.
Delton Duncan.
Ashton Jacob Lovelace.
Dustin Samuel Duffer.
Aliana Nicole Aquino.
Miliana and Jolie Marshall.
Jacqueline Faith Betty Farr.
Jamie Roberts Doris.
Aiden Rudolph Sessi.
Trenton George Ross.
Colton Matthew Attaway.
Cameron Roger Clark.
Dylan McCutcheon.
Dylan Michael Johns.
Mael Alexia White.
Zane Michael Morgan.
The 2021 Patriot Scholar in Communication Skills, Gabrielle Nicole Patentler.
Elizabeth N. Carver.
The 2021 Patriot Scholar in Physical Education, Julie Jean Wheaton.
Natalie Elizabeth Crowell.
Isabel Marie Dawson.
Delton Duane Jones.
Grace Marie
Maktaru
Stabile.
Dimitri Smith.
The 2021 Patriot Scholar in Music, Matthew Gilly.
Rihanna Josephine Hewitt.
Kensley Grace Frizzell.
Kaylan Ann Sirkowski.
Love you.
Brunelvis Antonio Hernandez.
Anjali Marie Graham.
The 2021 Patriot Scholar in Art, Kira Elizabeth Hollenbeck.
Austin Parker.
Elizabeth Louise Davidson.
John Thomas Abarca.
Kaylin Candace Cordell.
Kyle Allen Broski.
Jacob Daniel Reeves.
Perla Cristal Reyes.
Zoe Ann Marie Lewis.
Zachariah Danae Rogers.
Aaliyah Shamika Hennigan.
Stephanie Gallegos.
William Kenneth Ock.
Isaiah Rivera Troches.
Cameron Christine Kamek.
Fiorella Alexandra Arambula.
Jordan Michelle Lewis.
Leisha Robles Chavez.
Serena Louise Collins.
Jaden Elizabeth Smith.
Cameron Skylar Kidwell.
Amber Renee Atherton.
Sophie Ann Juliana.
Callie Lynn Nicole Osterly.
Mia Nicole Barnhard.
Carrie Diane Pillinger.
Kai Josiah Smith.
Tyler James Allen.
Isabella Josephine Miller.
Devon Alejandro Patterson.
Cole Stanley Etherton.
Delton Michael Hunt.
Austin Miles Finch.
Ervin Gael Garduño.
Adam James Simpson.
Jesse Salazar.
Brandon Michael Hoover.
Juan Carlos Cisneros Salazar.
Amy Lynn Kelly.
Jimmy Trinidad Lozano.
Zoe Nicole Chrisman.
Jonathan Lee Quijada.
Alexandra Michelle Etheridge.
Dominic Lee Branch.
Gabrielle Alexis Baker.
Frances Margaret Villanueva.
Madison Baker.
Allegiance DiGirolamo.
Nathan Devon Wesley.
Alicia Lexi Becerra.
Jason Cadence Perry.
Luciana Cotes Lopez.
Jonah Michael Palmer.
Esteban Herrera.
Nathan Ryan Neufeld.
Jimena Ponce Vega.
Mercedes Hermiley Foster.
Francisco Bonilla Rentería.
Nolan Walker Boone.
Jonathan Contreras.
Christopher Paxton Qualls.
Alan Romero.
Aaron Jacob Muller.
Yaritza Reinaga.
Nathaniel Robert Morton.
Sol Jenitzin López Cervantes.
Kenneth Scott Clark III.
Christopher Alessio.
Corbin Abigail Rasmussen.
Josué Ramírez.
Ethan Lowell Bingham.
Vanessa Reyes Moreno.
Brandon Michael Hossman.
Julián Josué Madrid.
Ramsey Diaz.
Valerie Nudom Sayapit.
Your 2021 Patriot Scholar in Foreign Language, Carla Johanna Mendoza Rojas.
Nathan Hunter Ruiz.
Jaden Nevea Morgan.
Kelly Elizabeth Perea Inestrosa.
Sophia Grace Vickers.
Diana Marina Quiñones Domínguez.
Lauren Nicole Morris.
Marcos Ramírez.
Caitlin Rose Wiggins.
Jorge Carrillo Canela.
Sabria Marie Wisenhunt.
Brandy Bernice Faith Lane.
Sarah Christina Sickles.
Lenesa Seik.
Anthony Joseph Smith.
Annika Lee Hillis.
Justice Marie Moyer.
Nicole Amber Johnson.
Lainey Paige Marie Hill.
José Ángel Becerra.
Felicia Danielle Hildebrand.
Julieta Jiménez.
Jimmer Cabrera Lopez.
Tyler Famanu Fetui.
Evelyn Jasmine Cumplido.
Tegan Reese Kratz.
Emma Marie Herrick. Courtney Marie Lee McAllister. Devon Tyrell King. Bridget Sanchez. Joshua William Nunn. Aaron James Holloway, who is your 2021 Patriot Scholar in Math. Tyler Andrew Jeffries. Garrett Nathaniel Burton. Catherine Grace Amiku, who is your 2021 Patriot Scholar in Industrial Arts. Hadley Shay Brillhart.
On behalf of the faculty, excuse me. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Truman High School, and in honor of the class of 2021, we want to thank all of you for being here today to celebrate our commencement. Graduates, congratulations and best wishes. Congratulations and best wishes to you on your future endeavors. You are now in a prestigious group known as alumni. So remember, Truman, once a Patriot, always a Patriot.